Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeremy back with another video this week. Supposed to be doing a 55th podcast. Still got a couple of things that I have to sort out, see if they actually come to pass, so I can actually do that. Didn't want to rush it, put just something out. I had some content, some things that I wanted to kind of go into. But like I said, I'm still trying to see if that gets fleshed out. If it does in the next couple of hours, you could kind of, it's like I'll say it's 1:30, it's 1:27 right now. So if I get that fleshed out, I would say you could probably expect that episode about 8 p.m. maybe tonight. And if worst case scenario, it would be sometime tomorrow to get that out. So again, just want to do a quick overview and outlook for this week. We do have, I would say, a fair amount of economic news. And if you've been in the futures market, in the markets at all, like pretty much the last month has been at least one red folder, if not multiple, over the last, I'd say 4 weeks or so. So this week really is no different. We kind of only have 2 big days, but we do have PPI this week. Or is it PPI? PMI this week. We also have Fed members speaking. There's no testimony, but even the conversations are sometimes drivers in terms of where composite operators are looking to strategically place the market in terms of certain liquidity and voids and inefficiencies to be run and set up. So that will be interesting to look out for. Thursday, I know we do have unemployment claims, the 4-week average, and then there'll probably be some revision to the numbers for this month, for March. And also because tomorrow is the 1st, a lot of April Fools, they may, I don't know. I don't want to go that far. I don't even want to put that out there, but that means that this will be the first full week in April, which ultimately means Friday is an NFP week. So Friday will be NFP. You've got unemployment claims Thursday. You've got Fed conversation on Wednesday. So, yeah, a lot going on. And speaking of a lot going on, we're just going to look at NASDAQ. So you see me with these relative equal highs up here, but again, not financial advice. Don't sue me, but this is as simplistic as I can make it. This is a weekly, my weekly chart, my weekly time frame. So I just have structure high, which is basically my all-time highs. But let me see if I can zoom in and show you something, because I deliberately did this. You might go, why do you have this as a structure high where the high's been taken out? Because with all of that red folder news, can you guess what my bias is this week? My bias is short. And it's just based on a couple of narratives. It's based on the overall, what I'm looking at in overall price delivery. So a lot of times, and I would just say, you can go look at this, you take whatever time, you can back test it, or you can just watch price. Like this week, probably, I plan to be in and out of any and all positions this week by Thursday. So I don't plan on taking any positions Thursday or Friday. I'll probably live stream late this week and just do tape readings. But my supposition for the week is ultimately based on those red folder events. Even though I'm looking for my draw liquidity is here. My draw liquidity is basically 18,000, right? Because my structural narrative tells me that this is basically my range low. This was my range high. My range high was taken out 2 weeks ago. Last week's candle is basically closing inside the previous week's all-time high range, right? So I'm still under the guise of the supposition that price is going to continue lower. The unemployment numbers, and I realize it's just projection, that doesn't really necessarily equate to anything until the report actually comes out, the numbers actually come out. But if I'm just looking at a structural and a price delivery narrative, I'm looking at this narrative before I'm looking at any of that. And to be honest with you, I don't ever really look at news drivers and red folder events. I kind of try to steer clear of them or trade after when the price is a little bit more known and less erratic. I'm still only looking at the technical delivery and the institutional. I'm still looking for inefficiencies. I'm still looking for, where price has to pair and orders may rest. I'm still looking at those things, but I don't factor in, the sentiment or the news drivers, the economic news drivers. I will look at them after I've done my analysis, and like in this case, my narrative was already short. Then I looked at what the projections were. So the revision for like the unemployment claims is going to be in line with what was already passed on in terms of the 4-week average, which was not favorable. And I'm looking for those numbers to still somewhat be unfavorable, which will essentially stall the market. I won't say it's going to drop right through. I think it'll stall it for any type of longs. The NFP numbers in terms of non-farm payroll, I think those numbers are actually projected to be down. So again, it's a lot of what do we get between Monday and Wednesday? What do the number, the news or the red folder driver for the unemployment claims on Thursday, how does that impact NFP Friday? Where do we see price resting? So all of those things coupled after the analysis is already done. So again, just looking at my structural narrative says I want to see this get taken out before we see an expansion back to the upside. That's just me. That's a weekly. So we'll drop down here to the daily. And again, you see my narrative is really no different here. This was from... Oh, I see what I did. I kind of just swung that over. I do that sometimes. I'm looking at that. I'm like, there's no fair value gap in there. What is that? Sometimes I will do something like that. So you can see I had this over here, and I was moving it out of my way so I could actually see what's price doing, and I don't get confused because this the constant encroachment here was respected, which would give an indication that hey, price might want to reverse and take out that high. But what I've noticed is it is early, yes. My bias could be wrong, which I'm totally fine with. But once we put that high in, we've suddenly been putting in lows. I realized this was the constant encroachment of that fair value gap, and now we basically had this closed inside this down candle. But I would point to the fact that while this candle closed inside this bearish, it's still engulfed, so there's still a short afoot, which ultimately means this candle opened on Thursday, right, rejected, pushed down, and it's gonna close below. So what would I expect from that, just in terms of reading candlestick structure? I would still anticipate maybe an open, a move to negative value, and then a continued push lower. That's what I would. That is what I would anticipate. But again, economic news drivers and things like that may cause that to stall. It may not be that pronounced. Okay. But again, draw liquidity still about this 1800 level. My relative equal highs, I probably have to drop down to like the 15, and this will be the last. This will be as low as I go. Just to where that makes sense for you. So can you see? Yeah, it's kind of small. I'm an older guy with like really, really good eyesight. So, what some people are like, I can't see that. And I'm like, what's the problem? What is the problem, sir, ma'am? So this was a range that I was looking at, and just basically I used the parallel tool because I was like, how the hell can I? Because I didn't have like a segment tool on my. I need to revise this sidebar, but I just pulled these across, and I was like, okay, those are relative equal highs. You've got a 15-minute fair value gap that's in here as well. So there is an intent potential, which is why I have this listed as buy-side liquidity sitting out over here. If prices to move back long, it doesn't mean that it's going to take out the structural high. It can move back high. Basically sweep this buy side liquidity, tap into this 15 minutes, and then continue short until it meets its objective. But there again, it's a little bit of a weight game, and then we'll just have to see. But I did want to just at least drop down and show you, because on a weekly it kind of looks funny when I say relative equal highs, and there's nothing really relative about those. So yeah, it was just these 2 price points for last week. So again, my overall bias for the week is going to be short. I would say that I'm kind of just going to be careful. I'm going to enjoy watching price open today, just to kind of see what and if it does anything. If the last couple of weeks with red folder news are any indication as to how and what price may do. I know the last week it happened, I want to say twice. The week before, I think it happened also 2 times. But we've noticed over the last couple of weeks that, contrary to a lot of the Asia session is slow, has not been the case, at least for 4 days or 4 nights out of the previous 2 weeks, because we saw ranges anywhere from like 100 to almost 200 points taken in Asia, with a subsequent slowdown in pretty much like New York and London open on a couple of those days. And a couple of other days, you had the range move in Asia. You had another long move or an extended move back in the New York Open, and then the PM sessions were just like dead silent. So that's why I said I'm kind of anxious to see and excited to see, what we get this morning. Well, not this morning, but this afternoon, tonight, and ultimately, yes, London session morning, just to see what the market does, if anything at all. So. Leave any questions, comments you have below. Give me a thumbs up and smash the like button if you got some value out of this video. Also comment if you. I don't want to set myself up to do more lives, because I kind of feel like at the end of the day, I'd addressed at the very beginning, like, I don't look at this channel as like an educational, I'm gonna teach you. I look at this kind of as like my archive of ideas and things for me. So at some point I can go back and pull a video and say, hey, what was I looking for this week? So just kind of like, this is like my live online journal, and I journal off, independently in a notebook. I got notebooks sitting right here. So that's what this is for me. But I say that to say, leave me a comment below if there's a specific type of content, or even if it's just the market or something that you're interested in. It could be anything, futures. I'm looking to, maybe just, I don't know. I'm not looking for anything else, but just to give somebody value maybe in something that they're looking at, or maybe give someone an objective look at a different market. Just, I'm thinking outside the box, because sometimes, it's not that you're looking for somebody to justify your trading plan and your idea, but it's just really just looking at a market from a technical or critical aspect, and then just getting input. Not where it's a driver from a financial aspect, but it's just, basically a meeting of the minds, like people getting together and collaborating on, what seems to be going on, or what a particular bias is, and the reasoning behind. Just a general discussion. So just looking for some feedback. A little something different. I don't really see that go on too much on other channels. And like I said, it's just something different. So let me know what you think about that. Again, like and subscribe, and let me know. Anything come up, I'll be posting on the community tab. Again, I'll try to get that podcast episode out today and as late as tomorrow, if not this evening. All right? Everybody be safe, be profitable this week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you, and I'll see you later. Take care.